just trying to change the world here, people.
Oh, really?
The Facebooking and the tweeting and the Instagramming, all that would not exist without our understanding of science.
It's amazing how you do that as an insult.
You mean true for you is different from true for anybody else?
Yeah, absolutely, because I can't
Some things either got to be true or not.
I can't, no.
Well, greetings, citizens of Netlandia. This is ORly Radio Show 93 for Friday, January 22nd. 22nd, yeah. Jeez, where's time going? 2016, where we dismantle the current events for your edutainment through mostly rational conversations that make you go, oh, really? I'm your host, Andy Cowan, with David O'Connor and Fred Sims. Welcome.
Hello.
Good evening.
Oh, well, let's see here. If you're watching on the YouTube, you will see that we have now like a split screen kind of thing here in the Cowan Services home studios. Made some upgrades. This is courtesy of XSplit software, xsplit.com. I may or may not actually buy a subscription. I haven't decided quite yet. So we'll see about that. But it's fairly cool. And there's a little, time clock on it and dates and all sorts of fun stuff. It's awfully cool. Hopefully everything works and Google Chrome actually decides to hang time with us for a little bit. That would be nice. I doubt it, though. So anyway, let's see. Errata from previous shows. And we didn't have any errata. Nobody called us. Nobody called us at 470-222-6759 like they should have. And nobody gave us any emails at orlyradiopodcast@gmail.com. Nobody did this. But if you do find any problems with the show or anything that we say, because we do make mistakes, we are human, we are not the Android overlords that you're looking for, then you too can help the show by please, again, give us a call or also text messages. We take those too at 470-222-6759 and orlyradiopodcast@gmail.com. You can also find all the show notes so that you can meticulously go through everything that we've done out at the website at www.orlyradio.com. That's ORLYRADIO.com. But since we didn't have any of that, I can just waste some time on it.
I feel like making purposely wrong statements just so people will call me out on it and then I can respond. It'll just be an every other week thing because this 2 weeks in a row I don't normally do that.
That's true. That's true. I don't know. I don't know if you should do that. And you know what I've realized? I'm looking at you in studio. Now look at the video.
It's always a second behind.
I'm looking at the wrong guy. I need to look at you over here.
Screen. Yeah.
There you are. No, you're not. So
Nope.
I obviously need to make some changes there. I will do that later.
We'll have to be you just switch the screen sides.
That's right. Because yeah, it's a test run. It's all test run. And you can see this at the video also on the website and also out at youtube.com.
Well, that's the thing. Without the fake split screen that we were working before,
that's true. Yeah.
Magic of radio. If you were watching, you'd know. But I feel this need to look at the Hangout on the screen, but you're right there.
I am. I'm
right
here.
I should be talking to you right there, but I'm like, oh, look, there's Andy.
That's true. Well, here we go. There. So now I got your drink.
Oh man.
There you go.
Look, this is we're falling apart here.
But that works. That works. So now we're not tempted quite as much. But I've also upgraded my headset. I am now rocking the same headset that David is. So we got new cans on the ears and the microphone that no matter where I look, no matter where I move my head, I'm not even facing the screen anymore, and yet you can still hear me, and it's lovely. So
it is nice.
It's pretty darn good. I'm digging it. Means that I've spent more money than I wanted to on this free show for everyone, but hey, whatever. It works out. So, on this day in history, Ted Kaczynski, remember him?
Oh, yeah, the Unabomber.
The Unabomber guy. He actually pled guilty to the bombings in 1998 on today. Also, Roe versus Wade. I think we remember these things. These are big events. That was finalized in 1973. We're still arguing about it today.
You wouldn't know it was finalized by the fact that it's still a ginormous argument today.
Yeah. Completely ineffectual, almost. Well, it's not completely ineffectual, but yeah, it's definitely a thing. And let's see, Lyndon Baines Johnson passed away in Texas, 1973. I wonder if it's Roe versus Wade that killed him.
Maybe that was the last thing for him. He was like, he opened his newspaper that day, and it was just like, like the full forehead vein was like bulging and stuff, and just.
He didn't even get to finish. He was like, "Son of a!" Collapse.
Yeah.
I don't think so. And Heath Ledger died of an accidental prescription drug overdose. Basically, the Joker killed Heath Ledger today in 2008.
The Joker died and took Heath Ledger with him.
That's 100% accurate. That playing that role led to him.
Yeah. Well, the Joker can't die because the Joker is an idea and a character, and an archetype almost. So.
And I may upset people, but the best Joker I've seen died when Heath Ledger died, because I think he was better than Nicholson.
I think Nicholson said that he was better than Nicholson.
I think that they were all good. I'm interested to see the Jared Leto Joker.
I'm just seeing that as a complete alternate universe thing. So no matter what,
they're all alternate universes. I mean, if you look at the personality types of each Joker from actor to actor, they're completely different.
Oh, yes. But the Suicide Squad thing, vastly different, though. I mean, it's cats versus dogs kind of thing, I think.
I think that part of the DC's New 52 is where the Suicide Squad really came from.
New 52? I am up. And we have an appearance from my cat.
Yes.
Sprocket is on video. Well, cattail right now. Jeez.
Impressive skill.
Completely gone away.
Exactly. That had to be on purpose.
It must have been. It must have been, because now he's right back up, and he will not be stopped. He will not be stopped. I keep trying, but he says no. Okay. So yes, poor Heath Ledger. Joker killed him. And the final portrait of John and Yoko is on the cover of Rolling Stone in 1981.
Has anybody ever heard that chick sing?
I believe I was subjected to it once.
It's terrifying.
It's art, I guess.
Terrifying.
I'm not disagreeing. That's terrifying, but it's art, right? Yeah, we can call it art. She calls it art.
Yeah.
People pay her for it. Yes. Yeah. I don't see it. Yeah. Or hear it. Or want it. Yeah. And also on the Google Doodle, this is not in the show notes, but it's in the Google Doodle. And now I have the sprocket. Hi. Yes. Well, ow. Ow. Okay. Ow. Jeez. Stop it. This is my life, people.
The Google Doodle.
The Google Doodle has it's apparently Scoville's birthday. Was it John Scoville? The inventor of the Scoville's heat scale of how spicy things are. Yeah, just get up on my shoulder completely. I know that's where you want to go. I'm going to end up bloody from this.
He's a shoulder cat.
He is purring like you have no idea. Oh, jeez. This is awkward. Only YouTube. Only YouTube would like this. So, okay. Down, and go.
It is a cat video. You should get
It is a
fair
cat
number
video.
of
I
hits.
should. I should get some good...
Just stop titling them ORly Radio and just go cat video during show. And
Win. Make a vine out of that.
Ah! That was my leg. That was my leg. What are you doing? Okay. This is it. I'm okay. I'm just gonna have a cat for a while. Alrighty. So, about that news. So that was all the on this day in history segments.
kind of a deadly day in history if you think about it. The Unabomber, Roe versus Wade, deaths from Lyndon B. Johnson and Heath Ledger, and Yoko killing the Beatles. I mean, death all the way around.
Yeah, well, also, if you look back in history in general, they usually kept track of deaths. They never kept track of, like, births either. So I learned that when I was going through all the genealogy stuff. You could find days of death, but you could not find birth. So you never knew how old somebody was. Just like approximate years. No, stop. It's okay. It's okay. Ow, Sprocket. I've been gone all day. So he is desperate for attention. Okay. Let's see. Out on phys.org. Apparently, there's been a tardigrade, those little water bears, that was brought back to life after being frozen for 30 years. These little guys are tough. And they are, like, completely alien to us. Really. But not. So, if, I think the tardigrades were really, they were one of those animals that was brought up in the latest Cosmos as being just one of the most resilient, toughest, craziest things, little life forms that we have. I guess they would be a extremophile, if we were really to look at things. They're very strange. And yeah, that up really close, they kind of look like weird little teddy bears, but they're microscopic, tiny little things. Also, since you were speaking of things that are dying and kind of a dark day, well, we had this week also Glenn Fry of the Eagles, co-founder and one of the biggest southern country rock kind of guys, died at age 67. So he broke the trend of people dying at 69 this year, sadly.
But not the trend of genius talent passing away.
Yeah. Now this is weird. He succumbed to complications from rheumatoid arthritis, acute ulcerative colitis, and pneumonia.
That's... Ow.
That's not taking it easy. And definitely no peaceful, easy feeling.
Nah.
But raise a tequila sunrise to him in his honor.
He's now hanging out in the Hotel California?
Yes, he can check out anytime he wants, but he can never leave. So, and with all those
not going places.
horrible puns and all that. Okay, so also really big and viral in social media land is this pocket molecular scanner thing. It's looking really cool. Basically, it does the same kind of thing that NASA does. So this might be, if we really think about it, this is one of those penny for NASA things, one of the things that would trickle out of the NASA space program. For the same reason why we can figure out why exoplanets, planets that are circling other stars, figure out what kind of atmosphere they have is because of the light spectrum that is passing through their atmosphere. That's what we're analyzing. So this little guy analyzes the light spectrum off of objects as it will cast a light and then figure out what's coming back, so it knows what went in and what came back, and then it sends it through an app on your phone to their cloud system to figure out what that means. What could it be? Well, this happens to match. Well, that's an apple. Or, oh, that's cheese. Oh, that particular cheese, that might be Gouda. Things like that. So based on the more input that we give it, the more that it will know. So it'll get as a smarter cloud system would. And amazingly enough, they're offering these little gadgets for pre-order for $250 a piece.
That's pretty badass.
It is absolutely badass. I mean, they're little pocket-sized things, and yes, they do require your phone and internet connection and all that. There is development license that is another $250, but there is a development toolkit which has the development license and the sensor, and that's $449.
Yeah,
so
$450. So you save $50.
Save $50 there. And also, if you want the educational toolkit that has 10 of the dev licenses and 10 scanners, that's $4,500. But that's also for straight up educational use kind of thing. So very cool stuff. Even their T-shirt's cool. So apparently ship dates. Let's see. May 2016. So, yeah, Might be something to do with your tax return money there, eh? Yeah, maybe.
They make it. You don't need the development license to purchase the SIO. That's what I'm going to call it based off of what's up there.
Mhm.
You don't need the development license. It just gives you more that you can do with it. There are applets and things just with the SIO that you'll be able to scan things. You're just kind of at the mercy of what the developers have already scanned. With the development license, that's where you can add in and essentially grow the knowledge in the cloud.
Yeah.
So obviously super handy to pay that $450, but if you really only just want to drop the $250, you can still have easily the coolest thing I have seen. I want one so bad.
Yeah, it's being marketed towards, very heavily towards dieters, so they can figure out what they're eating. With just scan it, and all of a sudden, oh look, your phone already knows, and then it can calculate the calories and things like that for what's going in you. Oh, ow, Sprocket. This is the most up my butt he's been in a long time. I don't think he's feeling very well. So I'm going to try and let him just hang out here, as long as I don't end up being a pin cushion. Oh yeah. So let's see here. While I figure out what the good news of this week was, actually there is a couple of good things, at least possibly good things. So before that, geez, ow! I'm being very distracted by being clawed. Okay, down. Okay, good. Whew! Sorry, everybody. Okay, so with that, let's do one of these.
Are you annoyed by misinformation spreading like crazy, and you want to stop the flood of nonsense coming from all directions? Go to Wikipedia, as do all those millions out there. Did you know there's an edit button on all Wikipedia articles? Why don't you go and hit that button to start making the world's largest online encyclopedia a more reliable source of information? If you're specifically interested in skeptical topics, come and join us at Guerrilla Skepticism on Wikipedia, an international endeavor to change the world for the better, word by word. There are many ways you can contribute. You just need to start. You speak several languages, all the more reason to join us. We provide training and all the help you need. If you want to make a change, there's a nice community waiting for you out there. Contact us at gsowteam@gmail.com, visit our website, that's guerrillaskeptics.com, or check out the Guerrilla Skepticism on Wikipedia Facebook page.
Okay, let's see. Okay, one more. Yeah.
Hi, ORly radio listeners. This is your host, Andy Cowan, calling my voicemail to make sure that it still works. Please consider calling us, 470-222-6759. Bye.
Okay, there was a bit of good news, but it is also peppered with some bad news. SpaceX launched their latest Falcon 9 Heavy, and they attempted to land it on a barge in the Pacific. The landing was spot on. It right on target. However, one of the landing struts did not lock out into place. This had the disastrous side effect of tilting the entire rocket over and then exploding as soon as it hit the deck. This was an amazing video. I'm going to try and get a link, and I'll show that in the show notes. But yeah, it's an amazing thing, and one step closer, because they've managed to do it. They've managed to land on land with no disasters. This is, I think, the third or fourth time that they've tried to land on a barge. The first couple times did not go so well, but they also didn't hit the target. There were some heavier swells. This time they actually landed right where they should have, but the locking leg didn't go. So, they keep trying.
They're just not lucky with that barge.
No, they're not.
Like the one landing on land was perfect.
Yeah.
What are the benefits to landing on the barge versus just landing it on land every time, like what they did successfully?
I think safety. I think that would probably
It's a
be
safety thing. They have to literally evacuate the entire space center when they're going to land there.
Ooh, that's interesting. One of the things that that you really should follow is Elon Musk's Twitter. He's got some amazing stuff. I just went over there to try and find his link for the video because he's the one that actually puts them out, amazingly enough. And then SpaceX then retweets his videos. It's kind of funny. But the very first thing I saw was a retweet from him of the NASA commercial crew, and they were watching the Super Draco engines fire for the SpaceX Dragon crew lander. And it's the engines that they have for that are also set to hover. So even for the crew lander, those are going to hover. And that is very critical for landing on Mars.
Yeah.
Absolutely critical. Because let's see, what is it? The atmosphere is 1/10 that, and I'm being generous, of Earth?
Basically, if we want to land on almost any other planet in our solar system, we have to have rocket power.
Kind of this rocket descent, yeah.
You have to have a rocket-assisted descent to slow the craft down because there isn't enough atmosphere to slow it down.
Yeah, they just can't get a bite on it. So, and we saw that with the Curiosity rover. When that came in, they had to drop it from a rocket crane. Just the most amazing, ridiculous thing that I could possibly come up with in a sentence. They did.
Yeah.
Like
an overhead rocket crane.
Yeah, it's like, what? That doesn't even make sense. Why would you do that? Why did that even make it on the table as an option?
Hey, man, if they had, like, Halo armor today, I think that it would be awesome to do a Halo jump with a rocket crane, getting you that last, 30 feet down.
Well, that's pretty much exactly what they did. So, with this, it's some amazing stuff. So definitely, you should go out and check out Elon Musk's Twitter. It's redunculous stuff and everything. If you're a space junkie, like many of us here, then yeah, that's exactly what you're going to want to do. The one that landed on dry land, as it were. These things are huge, by the way. They're not like small things, so they look really small, like, oh, that's a dinky little thing that's trying to do that. But when they're actually landing, there's another video where they've got some people next to the landing legs of the one that already dropped down. This thing is huge. I mean, it's literally a crane. It'd be a semi-tractor trailer is basically what's coming down out of the sky. And then it has these landing legs that come down. And if they don't lock properly, then you've got a semi-tractor trailer that's full of diesel fuel, that's on fire, that's then going to fall over and explode. I think that's the best description I can give it.
That's a pretty vivid description.
Go watch the videos. Tell me I'm wrong.
It's amazing.
It's ridiculous. So also,
I found a picture for you.
You got a pick?
I got a pick.
A pick.
Pick in the chat. Chick email.
Okay, NASA photo.
Hope
yeah.
This time it's from a female.
Yeah, that's one of those
cherry pickers,
long lift things. Yeah, they're huge. Okay, yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm wrong. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than a tractor trailer.
Yeah, the landing leg just dwarfs the full-size Dodge Ram quad cab pickup truck.
Yeah,
that's next to it.
Yeah, it's enormous. So yeah, this is rocket science, people. It's big, it's heavy, it's nasty, it's dirty,
and it's amazing.
And it is amazing. Yeah, it's some serious stuff. Okay, let's see. There is some other, at least positive news. Maybe good news. The Richard Dawkins Foundation for Reason and Science is merging with the Center for Inquiry. Now, many of my listeners out there may have no idea what those particular institutions are, and many of you are like, yeah, this is old news. I already heard about it. So I have probably a stark divide in my audience for that. So I recommend, because I'm not going to be able to do it justice here, I recommend going out and looking at these institutions, separately on your own. Figure out what you want about them, because they are kind of controversial, as Richard Dawkins is himself, because, well, it's got his name on it and everything. Essentially, these are very secular organizations that are designed for keeping the church-state separation and promoting positive secularism. So the merger between the two is seen in the more secular communities as possibly a very negative thing, because it's all eggs in one basket, and of course they don't necessarily want to be associated with Richard Dawkins because of some of the inflammatory things that he's been saying on the interwebs. Basically, he don't social media too good. Not so good. It's actually fairly pathetic at it.
You'd think he'd be able to hire someone to write his tweets for him. They have that.
Yeah, he's definitely doing it himself. Most definitely.
This is a monopoly on free thought. That's what it is.
Yeah, kind of. Something like that.
I mean, technically, and until some other organizations pop up, I mean, I can see where, people that view it as negative are against it with that all the eggs in one basket type deal, But at the same way, you can look at it and say, now you have a bigger reach. Now those thoughts that you're trying to get across, now those battles that you're trying to fight, it's not two organizations with a smaller reach. It's one combined organization that can reach more people on a broader scale.
Yeah. Now, just go take a look. There's nothing more that I can really say about it. Now, as far as other good news, and I say this tongue-in-cheek, Sarah Palin endorsed Donald Trump.
That's probably the best news.
It's kind of crazy. It's a little ridiculous. I don't even know what to think about it.
I think every political comedian in the nation just got excited to the point of completion at the breaking of this news.
Let's see. Sarah Palin summed up Donald Trump supporters better than any of us have been able to do so far. Let me see if I can replay this here. It looks like a Vine, so it's only going to be 6 seconds. So.
Clingers of our guns are God are in our religion.
Hang on. Reload that. We need to hear this from the top.
Right. Bitter, clinging, proud clingers of our guns are God are in our religions and our right-wing and bitter, clinging, proud clingers of our guns are God are in our religions and our right-wing and bitter, clinging, proud.
Oh my. Oh my.
That's the double-edged sword of Sarah Palin. People missed her. But then you listen to her and you question why people missed her. Because even though she's hilarious, no.
I think there were some words in there that were English. I think. But none of it's any good.
So I'm adding something in here. It's the Palin speech generator.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So it's a generator that puts out word salad.
just straight up word salad?
Straight up word salad.
Straight up. Okay.
So I just loaded one. I'll give you a sample.
Okay.
You are all symptoms. Politicians are so focused on the right track. We will make America the most attractive and competitive place to do business in. That victory, remember, friends, you are taking a stand for what is right about America. We can do about it now, and our national debt is growing at $3 million a minute. That's $4.25 billion a day. President Obama, see, when we have been given warning after warning that our our credit rating would be the privilege of a lifetime, and we are the heirs of that permanent political class to reform our entitlement programs.
Are you sure that's generated? I think that's just one of her speeches.
That's
one was
brilliant. Actually pretty close to spot on.
I think that's plagiarism. I think that's
oh like my God, it's so great.
That's like that Chopra generator. You know, the Wisdom of Chopra, I think it was.
Some of them break down even more than that one. I mean, I generated one basically at the same time a few weeks ago after my husband, who is a moment when principles and political independence matter a lot of corporate lobbyists and a servant's heart. Now, no more runaway debt. Spend more time trying to win the future? I call it investing. It's not that nebulous, hopey, changey stuff that we are the heirs of that room. He shed his grace on thee, America. Solutions come from you.